We're live at 12:01. President Donald Trump is campaigning in the Tar Heel state today. He'll speak at an event this evening in Greenville. Vice President Mike Pence is also in North Carolina, and we are bringing you live team coverage this afternoon, starting with Spectrum News reporter Mary Helen Jones on East Carolina University's campus. Mary Helen.
Because their anchors and reporters relying more on.
You wouldn't know that it's a Wednesday in July. Based on the atmosphere here on ECU's campus, it feels more like a tailgate before a football game. There are hundreds of people lined up behind me and even more on the sidewalks around, gearing up to go to President Trump's re-election rally. Based on how many people are already here, you wouldn't know that the gates don't open until 4, and President Trump isn't expected to take the stage until 7 o'clock tonight. Police say only 8,000 people are going to get into the rally, but they expect 10 to 11,000 to show up. The very first person in line got here on Monday, and he says he's been to 2 other rallies and expects this one might be even more exciting.
When I first got the tickets, I knew the Mueller situation was supposed to go on today, and with what was going on with the tweets, I just expected a fun, fireworks type of a show. If nothing else, you have to admit, he knows how to play a crowd.
Police are trying to keep the protesters that are expected to show up separate from the president's supporters. The protesters will put in a separate area. Right now, we don't see any of them showing up. It is very hot today, so they might show up closer to that opening gate time. But the campaign is also hoping to keep things calm inside there, except for the president's excitement over the loudspeakers. They've been telling supporters that if there are protesters inside, to avoid them. Don't interact with them, don't touch them, and instead start loud chants of Trump, Trump, Trump. Like I mentioned, it's very hot in here. Out here, we still have a few hours to go, but we're only expecting the crowds, the excitement, and these chants to keep going. I'm Mary Helen Jones, live for Spectrum News in Greenville, and now let's head to Jared Thompson out at Fort Bragg.
Yeah, I'm here on Fort Bragg, where Vice President Pence will be speaking to about 500 soldiers and their guests, and it's all happening in that building back over there. So he's thanking the troops for their hard work and service to the country. He's also speaking with 9th District candidate Dan Bishop. An important issue for Pence is this is the first time a re-election is happening for a congressional seat for ballot tampering. Now, Pence is also closing the day in Greenville for a political rally with President Donald Trump before heading back to D.C. But coming up on Spectrum News, here's some words from Vice President Pence and how soldiers are reacting. I'm on Fort Bragg, Jared Thompson, Spectrum News.
Thanks, Jared. Spectrum News will have team coverage.